Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about flats and sharps, and I will explain you the easiest way to understand how to do this, and then at the end I will show you chromatic scale. But please make sure to subscribe if you like this content, and let's start. Let's talk today about sharps and flats. I will first say that we are having 7 sharps and 7 flats. First, we will write sharps for you and then flats so you can see how that looks. So when we are writing sharps, we will always start from the 5th line. That's F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, and B sharp. So F, C, G, D, A, E, B. So those are all sharps, and this is how it looks. All these sharps could be, some songs could have a double sharp, or it will be written like this, just like X. That means that you need to play this F sharp sharp, which would actually be a G. So F, F sharp, F sharp sharp would be G. You can see that as well in some songs. Now, if we are talking about bass clef, we will be writing from the 4th line. So we have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, and B sharp. Again, if we want to have double sharps, for example, F sharp sharp, then we would have just X on that line. So that means that is, 2 times sharp. Now, what's sharp? Sharp is a symbol that will move our original note to our closest up. So sharp could be black key or could be white key, depends. Why is that? Because as you can see on the piano, some keys are having black keys, some are not having black keys in between. So sharp is movement up half step or to our closest key. So for example, if I have F and I have sharp, just remember sharp is always written before note. That F becomes a sharp. That means that I'm moving to my closest key up. My closest key up is my black key. But if, for example, if I have E sharp, so if I have E sharp, what I'm going to do, E, and I want to play E sharp. As you can see, my closest key up is my white key. So this is my E sharp. Same would be with my B. B sharp would be my C. So don't get confused if you see sharp on B or E, and then you want to move up and you're like, but wait a second, I don't have my black key. You're moving to your closest key up. Now, if we are talking about flats, flats, let's first write them. We will start from B flat, E, A, D, G, C, F. As you can see, they're just moving in the same direction down. We're just moving to our next key down. Now, flat, when we said sharp, we are moving to our closest key up. With flats, we are moving to our closest key down. So, for example, if we have G and we want to play G flat, we are moving to our closest key down. Now, did you notice that F sharp and G flat are the same key? So it just depends of the song, how it's written. I'm going to explain that in this video a little bit later. Let's just find out now. So we have G. If we want to go to our closest key down, we will be here, and that's our G flat. Now, if we want to write this in our bass clef, we will start from here. And then we have A, D, G, C, F. Okay, so again, the same, as you can see, they're just moving in the same direction down. So every two, and then you move down to the next one. Now, same rule. If we have, for example, B, if we want to play B flat, we are going to our closest key down. It's right here. Now, don't be confused again if you see, for example, C flat. So we have C flat, and you're like, okay, this is my C, and I want to play C flat. I'm going to my closest key down. My closest key down is this one. So this is my C flat. So B is actually C flat if it's written in the song. Now, if we want to have, I don't know, let's say E flat, E, and we want to play E flat, our closest key down is here. So same rule applies for flats like we had for sharps. The only difference is sharps are going up and flats are going down, closest keys in both situations. Now, let's talk about key names. So we will just focus on this from C to C, and we will focus on black and white keys. Now, we said before that, just put here treble. We said before that this is our C middle. Well, C middle, if we add sharp, we will have C sharp. It's right here. Now, if we go to D and we want D sharp, there's a D sharp right here. So D, D sharp. Let's move now to E. And then we want to play E sharp. We are going to our closest key up. This is our closest key up. Now we are on F, so E sharp and F are the same key. Now we are on F and we want to play F sharp. We are going right here. Now let's move to G. And then we want to do G sharp. That's our G sharp. Now let's move to A. And then we want to play A sharp. That's our A sharp. Let's move to B. And then we want to play B sharp. This is our B sharp, closest key up. And we already have C. So B sharp and C are the same keys. Now, I will show you today chromatic scales. I show you that on our video when I was explaining scales. So I will add that as suggested above, so you can check that out as well. But I will show you today chromatic scales. So this is our C where we stop. Now let's try to go down. So C, if we go down where we said, we are having C flat. That's our C flat. And that's our B already, right? So C flat and B are the same keys. Now B flat, this is B flat. Which note, what was the name of the note that was on this key? It was A sharp. A sharp, B flat, same key. It just depends. So usually if you're going down in song, we will be using flats. If we're moving up with our melody, we are using sharps. I'm not saying that that's all the time, but that's usually how it should be in theory, how is correct way to write it. Now let's go to A. And we want to play A flat. A flat is here. What we said, this key is G sharp or A flat. Same. Now let's move down to G. And then let's move to G flat. Now this G flat is F sharp. So F sharp, G flat. Same key. Now let's move down to F. And then let's move to F flat. Now we don't have black key here in between. So F flat is actually our E. Closest key down with flats, closest key up with sharps, whether is that black or white key. Now we are on E already. So F flat and E are actually the same key. If we want to write E flat, here we are. Now, which note was this one again? It was D sharp. So D sharp, E flat. Now let's move down to D. And then let's move to D flat. D flat is here. So D, D flat, C, C sharp, same key. And the last one is C. So what we said, if we are moving up, we have, remember this, in chromatic scale, before I forget, let me just mention, in chromatic scale, every white key will be having first or second key. You will see why. Every black key will have middle finger. So we have C, C sharp, closest key up, D, D sharp, E. Now, since we have two white keys next to each other, we cannot use this, just jump with first finger. We will use second on F, so we can have 3 on F sharp. G first, G sharp 3, A sharp, B, C. Again, we're using B, C because we don't have black key in between, so we need to use first and second finger. Now let's go down. C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E flat, D, D flat, C. Just remember that this symbol below will actually cancel any flat or sharp, and if you see this symbol written right before note, that's when it applies. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure to subscribe, to follow me on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and then I will see you in the next video. Bye.